Growing Asian greens in a Mediterranean climate, it's a struggle. So Asian greens like having cold. They are not a fan of heat and they bolt incredibly quickly. And this is what I've found, especially growing here in Cape Town, where we are based in a Mediterranean climate which has very, very mild winters. We really struggle to grow Asian greens, or at least I do with my microclimate. Yesterday, as an example, we're pretty much in winter, and yesterday it was 17 degrees. The nighttime temperatures generally don't go below 8. Sometimes you'll have 6-7 degrees. But because where I'm based, we are smack bang in the middle of the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean, we very much regulated temperature-wise by the temperature of the ocean. So we don't have cold, frosty nights, we have a lot of dew, but our daytime temperatures are generally quite high. And Asian greens don't like that. However, I have found that some are performing better than others. For instance, Pak Choi is not performing at all. Everything has bolted and everything has gone to seed. Tatsoi, on the other hand, is a little bit slow, but it's not bolting. So there's a little bit of hope there. So in this video, I just want to show you a couple of ways that you can use Pak Choi specifically, because I have a lot of that has gone to seed, so that it doesn't go to waste. So here I'm sitting next to a row of bolted Pak Choi. Very much like radishes, and if you haven't watched that video, I'll tag it up for you. What you can do once radishes go to seed, it's exactly the same with Pak Choi. Except it's slightly different, in that with Pak Choi, as the plant continues to grow and put out leaves, you can still eat the leaves. Because generally they are sauteed or had in stir fries and cooked, you don't need to worry as much about the bitterness when it goes to seed like you do with lettuce and other leaves that you eat fresh. So the first way in which you can use bolted Pak Choi is to actually eat the leaves. Continue eating them, don't chop your plant, because like I said, as it grows, the leaves are going to continue growing and you can still keep using them. The second reason is flowers. In winter, there aren't a lot of flowers, but we still have bees. We have a lot of solitary bees, and as you can see in the clip, the bees are still looking for food. They still want to get the pollen going, and this provides a really great source of pollen for the bees when there actually isn't a lot to go around. So even if it's just for that reason that you leave them, which is pretty much why I'm leaving them. And the third way is the pods. The seed pods are completely edible. Very much like the radish pods, except these taste more cabbagey. They add a great texture to fresh salads, or if you are busy doing a stir fry or anything that's sauteed that you want to add on top, pick a whole bunch of these, sprinkle them on top, and you've got some instant texture and crunch. You could also let them go to seed and you can harvest the seed. But quite frankly, these seeds are so readily available, I don't even think it's worthwhile going to that point. But yes, definitely eat the pods as they swell, keep them for the flowers, and continue using the leaves. I want to show you some of the Tatsoi as comparison, so you can see what the Pak Choi is doing and the Tatsoi, to see how the varieties differ. This is our second bed with Pak Choi, and you can see in a different part of the garden also, all of them have bolted and gone to seed. They're not in these boxes like the other ones are. They have free root space to move, and you can see they still have all gone to seed. So here is a really good looking Tatsoi in our food forest, which is really starting to pick up nicely. And this one you can see is thriving. I've got big hands and it's bigger than the size of my hand already. If we look at some of the other Tatsois as well, they're all doing really well. So it seems like Tatsoi is definitely the way to go in a Mediterranean climate. So if you have a look at another bed, you can see there's another row of Tatsois, and they're all doing pretty well. These were quite hard hit by slugs and snails, and I've managed to get rid of them for now. But you can see no bolting. If I bring you in close to a really good looking one, there's no indication of bolting. So here are a few tatsois that are interplanted with celery. You can see they're all starting to get going. They're in deep shade, so they do take longer to get going, but you can see definitely no sign of bolting. If you're in Cape Town or you're in a Mediterranean climate and your Pak Choi is bolting and struggling, you're not alone. I've just showed you ours and it's a mess. However, if you haven't grown Tatsoi, give that a go, because it seems to be a lot more tolerable of the heat fluctuations and the slightly warmer temperatures compared to Pak Choi. I hope you got some value out of it, seeing how you can still continue to use Pak Choi if you have it planted. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, every little bit helps. And yeah, please share it so others can become knowledgeable of what to do with their Pak Choi or other Asian greens that have gone to seed. And don't throw it away, don't chop it out, continue to use what it's busy giving you. And yeah, keep nature going with food and a whole bunch of other things that these bolted plants have to offer us. Until next time, happy growing and stay safe.